Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Table of Geequals. Spoiler alert, no bitching. And we have a bit of a format change to the show. Rather than go on with just Alex and myself.
See, we needed a buffer.
We've
started to hate each other. And we needed a permanent buffer in the room. Derrek wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So we brought in some bodies.
Some ringers.
Yeah. So just for everybody who does listen to the show, we really enjoyed having Gavin and Bill on both times they've been on, and we're going to be rotating us in, and one of the four of us will be out, and we'll be bringing in guests like that and continuing that way. Just because it's a lot more fun for us as well. So I'd like to introduce the two new hosts of Table of Geequals, Bill Roach.
Howdy.
And Gavin Carruthers.
Hey, hey.
And Derrek. Hey, guys.
The bench.
I'm not hosting.
Shut up and get back in the booth!
What's everybody been up to the last week, geek-wise?
Going through my old comic books, been bagging up a lot of the ones that have been kind of piling up. So catching up on my 2000 AD more than anything else.
Not geek-wise. Well, I read Superior Spider-Man Team Up after we had talked about it a little bit last week. Death's Head shows up.
Right.
Like, how freaking cool was that? He just, out of the blue. Yes,
robot.
Death's Head, the robot.
I love Death's
out of the
Head.
blue. I was so happily
Like the
shocked
old
with
Death's
that.
Head with the spiky jaw, or the new one that was like...
Who made the new one?
There was a Death's Head 2.
Oh, yeah. No. This guy, he has the original look, for
Okay.
sure. I mean, the artist takes his liberties, but... and it's a really neat way that they use him. Very happy with that. Very happy that I finally got around to reading that.
Did you get a chance to look at Superior Foes?
Superior Foes, I'm a couple... How many issues are out now?
3.
So I'm one behind on that one.
No, I love...
Yeah.
I love...
I love Superior Spider-Man. I know every time I'm here, that's what we end up talking about. Man, I know.
I don't want to like it.
Well, that's fair, because it is better than it has any right to be.
Yeah.
Now, myself, Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man, they've had 2099 in the comic.
Just recently,
and Spider-Man 2099 is my favorite Spider-Man, hands down.
Oh, really?
I know, I'm weird.
No, that's cool.
But with the potential collapse of the Ultimate Universe and Miles coming into the 616, we could theoretically have like 5 Spider-Men floating around 616, not one of whom is Peter Parker.
I absolutely love the idea of also bringing back Ben Reilly. For those who haven't been reading Spider-Man for the last little while, he was killed. He gave his life for Spider-Man. Kane,
He was the Scarlet Spider.
He was the Scarlet Spider. He was the clone, the original clone. And Kane, the damaged clone from the 90s, has currently taken up the mantle of Scarlet Spider in a brand new costume and a great
Wasn't he
series.
just kind of mentally challenged for a while, though? Last time I
He's
remember
completely
seeing Kane,
fucked up.
completely.
He was a
deranged.
special Spider-Man.
So it's
Yes.
like Azrael taking over for Batman kind of thing?
Sort of.
Back in the day? A little violent-y...
Except he was special.
Yeah.
It's
It's actually really upset me reading Superior Team Up and all of Kane's interactions with Spock. That's Spider-Man and Doc Ock.
Really?
I didn't come up
He
with
looks
it.
like he's proud of it, though.
I just think it's hilarious. You guys are groaning so much at it. I don't know. It kind of broke my heart just the way that Spock is such a dick to Kane.
Yeah.
Because Kane is in his series Scarlet Spider. He's trying to be Spider-Man. He's trying to be a hero.
Yeah.
And Spock's just like, fuck off, douchebag.
Well, it's the opposite of what Doc Ock is doing. Like, he's just trying to prove
Yeah.
that to himself, because nobody else knows that he's Doc Ock, although I think Carly's going to figure it out soon. But he's just proven to himself that he's better than Spider-Man. Not trying to prove that he can be a good Spider-Man, just that he's better.
Yep.
The doctorate, all the little tech that he's put together and stuff. No, I know, man. I feel your pain, but it is friggin' good.
So it's been
So
9
good.
months.
Has it been that long? Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully at the year mark,
No.
they'll change. I want
It's gonna
Peter
go past
Parker
a year.
back.
And you'll
When's the
get
movie?
them a month before the next movie.
Exactly.
That's
When's
right.
the movie?
Okay, next year. Okay, thank God.
So yeah, Spider-Man. That's pretty much my my week in geek. I have to admit.
That's a pretty good week.
Not bad.
I've following that vein. I've been catching up on all my comic book reading. I had about a short box worth of comics. And one thing I just want to throw out there, I finally caught up on my Thor: God of Thunder. If you're not reading it, read it. Jason,
Straczynski would have been the last Thor that I read, so it's been
and he
a
did
long
an
time.
amazing
It was
job.
it was a good story for sure.
Jason Aaron's Thor, the first arc is about the God Killer, Gore. And so it takes the combined might of past Thor, present Thor, and future God King Thor. And they have to work together to somehow beat this God Killer that has been going across time and across the cosmos to hunt down and kill every god.
Apparently, all
I
you
like
need is a
that.
sonic
I
screwdriver
hated
to
it
stop
when
that
that happened.
bullshit.
It's one of those things. It sounds kind of high concept, and I guess it's weird, but
Well, it's Jason Aaron.
It is Jason
And
Aaron.
He tends to write good, if somewhat conflicted characters, which I think is something Thor has needed for a while.
well,
Yeah.
I meant to bring in an issue because there's this one part in one of the books where like they're heavily narrated. There's the narration.
Is
you're
it the
talking.
Thorian
Yes.
kind of talk? Oh, wicked.
And
Missed that when it's not there.
it's something amazing happens, and it gives it that narration gives it the epic feel. And and when it happened, when something amazing happens in like a movie or a TV show or a comic book, and you just go, oh yes,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like Death Set showing up.
I got
the
that feeling. I'm
fanboy.
like,
You
oh
got
my god,
the
yes.
fanboy.
So, and I got that multiple times reading, like catching up, and since the beginning of this series. So go out, and the art is amazing. I cannot remember for the life of me who does the art in the book.
Where's Beta Ray Bill these days? Is he in?
He was in Journey into Mystery,
Right.
with Seth, which has just been canceled,
Right. Yeah.
which is a shame. But
It would probably be a mainstay in the new Alpha Flight team,
Yeah.
because can't have enough non-Canadians on Alpha Flight.
Thunderstrike's busy.
so what about you, Andrew?
Week
Week in Geek for you?
Actually, I have been going through all of my old comic books. Was looking to sell my comic book collection, and just going through and catching up on old storylines that I remembered watching. I read a lot of indie comic books. I didn't collect Marvel or DC. I collected a lot of weird sort of independent lines like Now, and they put out in the early 90s, they put out a series called The Terminator, and I've been rereading that. They did this great series called Terminator Burning Earth, where it was the what was happening on the opposite end of time, where they were assaulting the mountain and sending Kyle Reese back. It was the story of them assaulting the mountain to get Kyle Reese into the mountain and into the time machine to send him back.
Beautifully painted art, good story. Really did a great job. Although Christy Brinkley as a Terminator was a little weird.
Yeah.
But
Wait, what?
Yeah, she was one of the T-800 models that they show, just to show that the Terminators are badass. It was
That's funny.
She tore a man in half.
Yeah, it was
you go.
pretty wrong stuff, but it was very cool. It's actually just been collected.
What?
Terminator Burning Earth has just been issued as a collection
good.
in a trade.
Oh, I'd love to get it as a trade.
I'll see what I can do for you.
Yeah. No, that was
was
it
a
was
great
it was a
series.
great story, and it was they find out that there's a time machine, and they're like, okay, we have to make a push on this now.
Yeah.
So it's that like last terrifying, and it's actually he gives him the little thing to memorize to tell Sarah when he goes back,
Which was important in the first two movies and
Yeah.
thrown out the window in the third.
Yeah. But it
Fate,
was
but what
it
we
was
make my
neat the way they
ass.
did it, and I got to reread that stuff, and I got to reread an epic comics series called Tomorrow Nights, which was all about corporate spies in the
Knights with a K?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never heard of it.
Yeah, it was all about corporate spies and power armor and power moves in the future, and I just remembered enjoying it a lot as a kid, and wanted to reread it, and I
Did
shouldn't
it hold
have.
up as an adult?
Shouldn't have. Yes. How often does that
No,
happen?
it didn't hold up. Like it was still a good story, but I think it's mainly tinged by nostalgia. I can't say that if I were to pick it up today, I would go, "Whoa, wow, I'm glad I picked that up." I think that if it weren't for the nostalgia, I probably wouldn't have picked it up.
No, I understand.
Same thing with Haywire. I was reading Haywire again, and
I remember thinking it was so awesome at the time.
yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
Like, I had that experience when I watched Darkwing Duck again as an adult.
Yeah.
And I loved that show as a kid.
Yeah.
Loved it. And as an adult, I'm like, oh, this is awful.
yeah. You can't go back.
They changed it. They wrecked it. What did they do? And I'm like, no, it's me.
Yeah, I am not innocent anymore. I am tainted and dirty, and the Smurfs just does not have the same meaning as it used to.
Although
There's only one girl.
I know.
How does this happen?
I know.
The Smurfs were asexual. The stork brought the kid.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
We saw
The girls
stork.
are made by Gargamel.
Oh, come on.
Wonder why Gargamel.
I just
See, I can't fucking watch any of this shit. God damn it.
I just
Surprisingly
can't.
enough-
I can't get running a train on Smurfette. There's like 100 Smurfs running a train.
What's that called on the internet? Rule 34 or whatever?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there.
You know what? Now that you've said that, I can visualize not the act, thank God, but I can visualize a T-shirt just with the words "running a train on Smurfette." I don't know why this would be made, but now somebody's going to make it. I guarantee it. Somebody, one of our 30
I'm
listeners.
sorry I brought up. This was wrong. I'm sorry I brought it up.
But I know exactly what you're talking about, though. I go through this every night. I've got a 3-year-old, and we don't watch TV. Like, he might get to watch TV once every couple of weeks, but every night on the phone, we watch a couple of little videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're 30 seconds, 60 seconds, like 3 minutes altogether. But last few nights, Voltron intro, Transformers intro, GoBot intro, like, this is what he wants to look at. And I look at it, and it's like, I love this shit when I was a kid. It looks so friggin' bad now.
yeah.
The voiceover on that, the opening to Voltron,
Yeah.
it's just like, oh my god,
yeah.
who wrote this? Like, it feels like they
ADR
wrote it,
is
then
really
they
painful.
put it into Japanese, and then they translated it back to English, and it's just horrible.
But you know what
he
actually
loves it,
holds
though.
up
The 3-year-old
really well?
loves it.
Gummy Bears.
He loves Gummy Bears.
It's actually
Bouncing
as good
here,
as I
bouncing
remembered
everywhere.
it.
Yeah, and the stories are really good. The
Gummy Bears
Disney.
were handling, and they were handling classic good versus evil kind of stories. It's hard to screw that up. When
Well, the good guys are shot full of drugs or gummy berry
gummy
juice,
berry
which
juice.
gets
Yeah.
some special powers. Did you have to show me that?
yeah, Rule 34 on the Smurfs. There it is on the iPad.
Did you Google running a train on Smurfette to find
Smurfette
that?
porn.
Oh.
He had to refine it a little bit.
That was the first
I-
result, though.
Please don't Google gummy bear porn. I don't want to know
no.
the answer. I'd rather keep it the
them
way.
short.
Yes, exactly.
The one thing that always kind of surprises me that it holds up is the 1990s Spider-Man series. Anytime,
I remember that. I haven't seen that in a
Well,
while.
that was
like the Saturday mornings.
yeah, the one that was on
Spider-Man?
Fox.
Yeah.
I used that was kind of one of my big childhood shows, and because you guys are all so old,
That's-
and
yeah.
I had
just
the
wanted to make
Spider
sure.
Friends, dude.
Yeah, me too.
I had Iceman, Firestar, and Spider-Man, the
Yeah.
most bizarre Marvel
Yeah.
team-up of
But
all
like
time.
that and the Wolverine TV series, or not the Wolverine, the X-Men, the X-Men
yeah,
series
yeah.
from the 90s.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. It was about Wolverine.
Yeah, essentially.
Just like anything X-Men, it's about Wolverine. But watching those shows now, they completely hold up.
Yeah, no, they did a good job.
Had my heart broken by one the other night, though. It's because I'm sitting there trying to think of things to search for. What I watched when I was a kid. I loved Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. Let's look for Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. Holy shit, was it bad? Oh my god, it's
like
so
watching
bad.
He-Man. Like I was a little too old for He-Man.
I'm right in the pocket for it.
Were
for sure.
you?
He-Man and She-Ra were like all the rage.
Oh yeah,
G.I. Joe and those were all at the
have
same
you gone
time.
back to?
I've gone back to it a few times. The Christmas special where Skeletor helps the two children who are lost in the snow is a favorite amongst our family, just because it is so bad. It's so bad. Yes, they don't
come with me, children.
Yeah, it's like they melt his heart. Like, oh, and Skeletor's heart grew 3 times that day, kind of shit. It's so horrible. But yeah, not worth it. Not worth it.
I'll get you, He-Man, on Boxing Day.
The Masters of the Universe series that DC's putting out's actually pretty solid.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's never going to appear in my poll, but it's not bad.
Dolph Lundgren. It's the final word on He-Man.
He was damn near the final word on the Punisher too. What do you?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I fucking love Dolph Lundgren. I don't care.
Well, so do I.
He's brilliant, eh?
He is. No, he's
crazy.
a genius.
Crazy
9
genius. Yeah,
languages
he's like
and-
biochem major or something. Masters.
You've heard the story about when his house was burgled. Did you?
Yeah, is it? Tell it.
So, a couple of guys broke into his house. His wife was there at the time, and so she gets tied up, and these guys are ransacking the place, and then they look on the mantle. They see a picture of this woman in a warm embrace with Dolph Lundgren. So they then realize, of course, that holy shit, this is Dolph Lundgren's house. So they let her go and
Apologize.
run.
Yeah, exactly. Did the dishes, folded the laundry, and then got the hell out of there.
Left their money.
Yeah, exactly. Credit cards laying out. I think I would too, actually.
yeah.
The last thing you want to hear is "I will break you."
But yeah, no, I love the concept of the guy because he plays these meatheads.
Yeah.
And he does it so well. These evil, brutish men, and then I do this for fun. I'm this biochemist or physicist or whatever, and I could do whatever I wanted. But here I am just hanging out with Stallone because I can.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, too funny. Well, that's our childhood ruined.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks for that, Derek.
You never go home again.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for Thundar the Barbarian live action movie.
Why not? Because anytime you've got
what's
werewolves fighting robots in a wizard's tower under a volcano.
In a post-apocalyptic world with no moon.
Yeah, because a comet flew by the moon or whatever.
In between the Earth and the moon and split the moon in half.
How do you guys remember this stuff?
How do you not?
I loved that show. I watched it was, and Thundar had a lightsaber. That's why it stuck
double
in
lightsaber.
And he had a Wookiee as a
Companion?
Yeah.
Who
It
rode
was
another
Ukla
Wookiee,
the
right?
Mock, and it was horrible. Oh my god, it's so awful.
That was always my problem with.
But awesome. Like
horribly awesome.
It was great, but He-Man, it always bothered me. Like some guys have laser pistols and flight harnesses and stuff,
And you've got a steel
and you've
sword.
got a sword.
But that
And a
kind of
poorly
underscores
designed
how
brassiere.
badass he is.
Well, I'm not arguing that. It's just like, why bring a knife to a gunfight?
Because he's
It's
so
a boomerang
badass.
knife, right? Because he throws it and it comes
It
back.
does come back, Captain America shield style. Yeah.
Like it cuts the wind and it just like circles like a boomerang. And
Poor
he is.
man. Leave Prince Adam out of this.
Stop picking apart our childhood.
I actually.
Sorry, your childhood, Grandpa.
There's.
I did that as a kid too. To be fair,
I was
True.
actually.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This week I found in traditional geeks versus nerds style when I was out looking for geeky stuff. I found a website on YouTube or a channel on YouTube which is Screw Attack, and they do versus this versus that. And I always look at that because there are always great ideas up there. And they've done stuff like Goku versus Superman, and then they animate it in like a video game series. And they've done a bunch of them. Goku versus Superman, they did Spider-Man versus Batman.
Samus versus Boba Fett.
Yeah, that was a good one. I really
Rogue versus Wonder Woman.
Yes, and and all of them, they explain why they came down to it, and they actually break down, okay, this is what we know Superman is capable of, and given his limits and everything that we know about Goku, and we plug it through this formula, so this is Goku's upper limits. And it's not even close, right? And I think one of my favorites, they had Rainbow Dash from the ponies versus the...
Gavin kind of perked up at the mention.
Rainbow Dash versus Generation 1 Starscream from the Transformers. And it was actually
Rest in peace,
really... Really,
I don't know. Those Sonic Rain Booms are pretty badass.
That's what they were saying. The Sonic Rain Boom was a devastating one. And there's another one that they said called the Buccaneer Blaze, which is so badass it can't be shown on screen.
Funny.
Sonic Rain Booms.
Sonic Rain Boom. Speaking of ponies,
Well, it's how most of the main cast got their powers.
Sure.
I'm glad that I don't know that. Ponies. You guys, Alex or Gavin, did I see a Spider-Man cover online today where he's completely surrounded by My Little Ponies? Is this
Probably.
a joke? Because it's happened for a couple of... Didn't Deadpool do one with them or something?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure there's a Spider-Man.
I would
they've
pay
been
to
doing
see
cover coming
Spock,
out.
The one in 25.
Spock.
kicking the shit out of My Little Pony.
We're doing Google searches.
Did anybody see the Doctor Who Star Trek crossover comic? Yeah. How was that? I never got a chance to look at it.
Well, I'm not the best judge because,
as we learned last week,
not a huge Whovian. But the people that liked it a lot. But to be completely honest, I think we all know this to be true. Whovians will buy anything with a goddamn TARDIS on it.
Yeah.
I haven't found a good Doctor Who comic book yet. I picked up some Andy Diggle stuff a couple of months ago now, probably, because I like Diggle's work, Losers and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But even that, it was done in 5 minutes and it was empty. You know,
I think a lot of his...
You found it, didn't you?
No.
No.
That's something horrible.
What did you find?
He's
come back.
I'm really sorry.
I'm not explaining that on microphone. You
Oh, man.
Is that pony
All I
blowing a
What's
sick
that- that's
while
called?
it high-fives Spider-Man?
Yes.
No, it's Batman.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Batman getting blown
And
by a pony.
it's a Green Bay Packers pony.
Oh, it is. Look at that. It's got the symbol on
That
it.
way it's not gay.
Just yeah.
Wearing football gear, it's gay.
I think...
All
how-
all I typed was Spider-Man My Little Pony.
And that's what came up.
Oh.
I just like to point out that sex act is called an Eiffel Tower. just saying.
Is that pony specific? Or
No, not with the pony.
Okay.
Yeah, they referenced it once in the gutters.
The
The Eiffel Tower.
yes.
I'm going to back out of this image search.
Yes. Maybe I dreamt that Spider-Man cover,
It's
but I'm
always
pretty sure.
it's always interesting doing image searches on Google. I do them a lot for the show.
I'm going to turn safe search back on.
Yeah, I do them a
call.
lot for the show, and I've really started to consider what I'm about to search before I hit enter, because sometimes, when you are looking for a picture of a horse dick for whatever reason.
Yeah, I could.
You know that the NSA was tracking our searches, right? I don't know who this PigMonkey guy is, but he sure likes horse dicks.
PigMonkey likes horse dicks. All right.
Oh.
It's weird. You Google horse dick and the weirdest shit pops up. You're Googling horse dick, man.
It's not horse dick, though.
Oh, sure.
Funny.
Find this out for my son.
No, but you quite often search stuff on the internet, like, innocently, like, not really thinking about what you're typing into Google and what could be returned with that. And when you're doing that for, like, 20 or 30 pictures in a row, and you're just looking at the list of something that you're not really thinking, you get assaulted by some pretty terrifying images sometimes.
Safe search. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, but then...
Or if you like it, that's what incognito is there for.
You got to make your audience go, oh, once or twice. It's not the same.
Well, I think I just found that appropriate picture for you. The Eiffel Tower with the pony.
Dude, I just watched Smurfette taking it in 4 orifices.
Yeah, but the difference is we knew that was happening on the Smurfs. Okay. I see more porn
Not Smurfy,
here
man. Not
than I do
Smurfy.
the rest of the week. What did you have for...
Well, a couple things. I mean, I know you guys didn't watch it. I'm the only one who did
5 geeks in a room and only one person watched S.H.I.E.L.D.
Hey, I'm doing everyone a favor. I'm not watching it till the DVD comes out, so it won't get canceled in the first season.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
I watched the first episode. I didn't get to watch it until tonight, before the show. And I was worried because...
I'm going to watch it tonight.
Well, somebody said to me, one of my coworkers said that he and his friends didn't enjoy it. And I think what the problem is, because I really liked it, you have to keep in mind, though, it's not going to focus on the Avengers.
No.
It's not about the Avengers.
It's about being a guy in a superhero world.
Yeah.
It's about Extremis, isn't it?
Well, the first episode does have to do with Extremis, yes. But, now, yes, Joss Whedon did say during development, this is not a show about superheroes. But I'm worried that the majority of the people who are going to be watching this show, hopefully, may not have gotten the memo. Because, like I say, this guy and his group of friends were all kind of disappointed because, well, it didn't have superheroes. It wasn't about the superheroes. Well, no, it's about Coulson and his team.
Did I miss something along the way? How is Coulson alive again?
Have you ever heard of an LMD?
Okay, so...
No.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay, so but it does explain.
They do talk about it.
Okay.
He lied.
He talks about it.
Like,
Okay.
honestly...
Just hold on.
No, I haven't seen it.
I'm not going to say exactly what happened.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
He just said Coulson didn't make it. Nobody actually said that Coulson died in the movie. They said that, yeah, Coulson didn't make it. You didn't see Coulson again. They needed something to bring them together. He fucking lied. It was pretty obvious to me, too.
All I'm going to say is Coulson has an explanation for where he was and what happened and what it was all about.
Okay.
But it's revealed that things may not be as they seem. And this is
android.
very clearly going to be a plot device for at least the first season.
He's an
Probably
android.
longer.
Well, the two obvious ones are LMDs, or life model decoys. Standard issue from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Trying to figure out what LMD stood for.
And I got that. And, of course, you've got a cosmic cube floating around.
Yep.
And they can alter reality pretty substantially. Winter Soldier. So... You know, you have a lot of options. It's Marvel. Yeah. Like, heaven's not crowded. Here's Uncle Ben.
Welcome
that
to
is all.
Deus Ex Machina.
Punch in your ticket.
But the show itself is great. I think I'm going to like all the characters. I think that they all have, pretty neat stuff that they can do. Book makes an appearance in the first 5 minutes. Book from Firefly.
Yeah.
The shepherd there. I don't know if he's going to be regular, if it was just kind of like, it's a Whedon show type of throw in there.
As far as I can tell, Whedon just hates casting. He just,
yeah,
I know that guy.
Friends,
He's him.
yeah.
I'll make a call.
Yeah.
So
like his Much Ado About Nothing. Has anybody seen
which
this?
is amazing.
Yeah. But it's all his friends. It's all like people that were hanging out on the set during the Avengers.
And
come on over to my house and we're going to make a Shakespeare movie.
I guess behind that one, to kind of move into that a little bit, every week I guess he has people over to his house to read Shakespeare. Or every week or two.
How badly do I want to be invited to that?
I know.
Holy shit, would that be awesome?
But they're all like actors and crew and stuff, like people he gets along with. And so...
Same people week after week, to go back to Gavin's point, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So, like... And then he had 2 weeks of a shooting break between, like, the principal photography and then the special effects and Avengers. And instead of taking a vacation, he's like, yeah, come on, we'll make a movie. It's just, okay. But anyway, I think S.H.I.E.L.D. has potential. There are a lot of little nods to people. Like, there's one point where somebody says, this is going to be a journey into mystery. And so it's kind of like,
Just enough, yeah, exactly. Awesome.
And, the main point of the show and the main theme is this is now a world where people have to deal with having access to things that they weren't ready for. There are super beings now. There's technology that we weren't ready for. The world ended during the attack on Manhattan. Mm-hmm. This is a new world. That's one of the lines that comes up in the show. And it's got some solid producers. I mean, it's got the standard Stan Lee producer credit. I don't know what he actually does on the show.
Does he come on and introduce it? Does he get to call us true believers?
No, but he should have.
Yeah, they should have done like an Alfred Hitchcock kind
Welcome,
of thing.
true believers.
Isn't he doing something with space now, though?
Probably.
With the, Big Brother for Geeks or whatever?
Oh, no, it's Stan Lee's
saw that.
Superhumans.
No,
it's a new one. It's geeks all living in a house together. Seriously, like Big Brother. And it looks horrible. I didn't realize that... Is it on yet? No, I don't think it's started yet.
I don't know. I saw a trailer for it.
Anyway, you're right, though. That's where he is.
So they're all going to sit around and watch Buffy reruns? Where's the conflict?
Yes, exactly.
I wanted to watch Angel, the superior show.
Fine, watch it on your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, then. That's what I'll do.
Commercial break.
Want to go get me a beer?
But yeah, it's got Joe Quesada as a producer, Jeff Loeb.
Okay, those are both good signs.
And of course, it was created by Joss and his brother Jet.
His brother's name is Jet.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I didn't know that. Jet.
So
it's actually just Joss with a mustache.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
He
excited.
gets 2 paychecks.
I'm excited. I think it's got potential, and it's nice to see a Marvel TV series that will kind of continue to link the Marvel universe.
Anything else we're looking forward to geek-wise? Because new TV shows all just started this week.
I don't have cable.
Nah,
I had to watch that on CBC or CTV.ca. So.
I DVR'd Blacklist, but I haven't watched it yet. James Spader.
I like the
I'll watch
concept
with
a
James
lot,
Spader.
and James Spader, like you say.
Yeah.
So that one looks like it might be okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I'm in the geek world. I don't think outside of Marvel's S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't think there's anything else really worth waiting on or looking forward to. There doesn't seem to be any kind of Lost type show or any kind of
every
fantasy.
show I've been looking forward to, like the pilot gets leaked and then the show gets canceled.
Yeah.
Global Frequency, for example, which would have been amazing.
You know what? I haven't really been into any new shows.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're having a big old geek fail here. What else we
yeah,
got going
yeah.
on?
It's just that, and that's a bit surprising. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm going, well, why? Because I love spaceship shows, and there is nothing.
They don't exist at the moment.
There's no hardcore
I think
sci-fi.
the closest we've got
there.
now is Defiance.
Yeah,
And that's
And-
and guaranteed its second season, but
yeah,
it's
and
no spaceship show.
I think all of my shows that I was following pretty solidly just ended all at the same time. Like, I miss Defiance and I miss Falling Skies.
Oh, that's a good one.
But I mean, that's my sci-fi fix. There's not really a whole lot out there.
Yeah.
And,
No, it's all back to crime drama type stuff again.
It's
all circular, but
Yeah. Throw a phaser in there. Come on.
Yeah, let's have future crime. Let's have a crime drama done on Star Trek Earth.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to actually, because then you can start making up like forensic countermeasures.
Yeah.
And they're back to
Okay. Zoom in. Enhance.
enhance.
and it's actually believable.
No, I didn't mean like a little bit. Just zoom in and enhance all the way. Come
Would
on.
you just please tell me who was low-jacked at that point in time? Okay.
How about something on a penal colony on Mars? Maybe a terraforming / penal colony.
And
like
you
a
don't
Boggy
even
Bay on Mars.
You don't even, after it's like they just go through all the information, find out it's you, and just teleport your ass to a penal colony in Mars. You're just like, why? Ooh. I've been just
smashing oxygen
smashing
atoms.
rock. Yeah. Well, what would you do on Mars? You melt ice with your bare hands. You use your body.
It's cold, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You'd probably fuck a Martian. That's what I'd do. That's the first thing I'd do on Mars.
They have 3 boobies, right?
Probably
First
fuck a
thing
Martian.
you do on virtually any planet.
Well, really? I mean, what is the
There's
point? You know what the meaning of life? It's to continue to fuck things. Okay?
There's
to continue
an alien.
to the species. So
Wasn't
if we
that-
go to
wasn't
another
that
planet,
Jay's-
it's to take things and fuck things.
Wasn't
That's
that
all we'll ever go to other
Wasn't
planets
that
for.
Jay's goal in one of the movies?
Yeah.
There he goes. Dude fucked an alien once.
Well, that's really why we all have Captain Kirk.
Yeah, that's right. He was living it out.
And in Kirk we trust. With I just want to like there's actually a lot of news out recently with regard to the Marvel movies, which does kind of link to the Shield TV series. One of the ones that came out this week, there was an Age of Ultron teaser shown at Comic-Con this year. That apparently, if you find and watch all the little snippets on the Iron Man 3 Blu-ray, this teaser will come up, and so it kind of gives you an idea.
Or you can find it online.
Yeah, if you're too lazy.
Bingo!
Right after
Yeah.
you look at the Smurf porn. Then you go.
One of the ones I'm really excited for, though, is apparently for Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy. And I know we talk about Rocket Raccoon a lot.
Well, who doesn't love Rocket Raccoon?
Exactly.
He's a
Really?
vastly entertaining character.
But apparently they're basing his movement off of a real raccoon. So
they glue the little balls to it. Oh my god! Very angry raccoon.
which makes complete sense because Rocket Raccoon is a psychopath. So the raccoon's going to be rolling around,
yeah, exactly.
trying to
Doing
get
all
these
sporadic.
balls off of it. And
Yeah.
You're just going to see a raccoon like freaking out on screen, probably with Bradley Cooper's voice. It's going to be awesome. I'm super fucking.
I'm back in. Let's do this.
Rocket Raccoon all the way. One thing that I was really, really, really stoked to hear was that I guess Brubaker, who is a writer for he kind of specializes in spy-driven type stuff,
Awesome.
Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
Really does the super spy genre well.
Oh, Sleeper, Winter Soldier.
Yep. Which this is actually about. The Captain America sequel is called Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And the Winter Soldier is a character that was basically created by Brubaker. The character is, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but
No, that's okay.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
no, go for
I
it.
keep,
Yeah,
I
go
keep
for it.
trying to explain to people that giving me a spoiler actually increases my likelihood of
Okay.
actually seeing something, not decreases it.
Well, basically, the Winter Soldier is Bucky. So in the Captain America film,
Yo!
Yeah.
we see
I'll lend you the comic.
we see Bucky get thrown out of the train, and like he loses his arm. His arm's still like holding on to the train, I think. So for all intents and purposes, he's dead. Well, not really. In actual fact, he was captured by the Russians, brainwashed, and turned into a super assassin spy character
With a cyber.
with a cybernetic arm. So he doesn't remember who he is, but he becomes one of Captain America's one of America's biggest threats. And so Captain America has to stop him. And then, of course, there's all this turmoil because this was once my closest friend. And now I have to kill him because he's trying to kill America.
And it's very cute because, I mean, obviously Bucky was a World War II character.
Yeah.
So bringing him as Winter Soldier into the contemporary age by having him be this, between missions, he's kept in cryogenic suspension.
Yeah. So
he's not getting any older. So he's still contemporary with Cap.
Yeah.
Despite the fact he's been a little more active. You know, while Cap was snoozing in the iceberg, Winter Soldier was killing people for Mother Russia.
So Brubaker, apparently, and this is a quote, Brubaker is blown away by the script for Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I can't think of better praise. from the guy who basically created this character. I was a little skeptical when I found out they were going to be doing the Winter Soldier so quickly in the Captain America film mythos.
Okay, when it says he's blown away, is it blown away ...
No, it's just blown away.
They edited the ...
Yeah.
Yeah,
They need
it's
space.
like it's, if they rewrote this script, I would be blown away.
He says, I read the script and I was really blown away by it. The tone of it and the Bucky stuff is so perfect, and the way I'd want it to be. I was so thrilled to see that. But to me, the biggest thing too is that it's the first time Marvel has put out a movie where there's a specific book the title of the movie relates to, and it's true.
Yeah.
It relates to the Winter Soldier storyline.
Yeah.
So
which actually is good, because that opens up specific storylines to movies.
He did go on to say that it's also exciting as the guy who gets royalties from that book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is so my hero.
Oh yeah. So he's honest.
Did you ever read Sleeper though?
No.
Oh, you really should. I'll lend you the trade sometime.
Well, I'm really excited. He's doing Pretty Deadly next,
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
The guy's a great writer. If you like the spy genre,
Yeah.
check out.
He does it better than most, and
yeah.
the super spy genre specifically.
Yeah.
Well, his run on Captain America was, in my opinion, the best I've ever seen, and followed up by the Winter Soldier,
Which was
Phenomenal.
really good.
So that's just something that I stumbled upon that I kind of loved. And the last little bit of Marvel news, I guess, apparently Phase 3 for Marvel's films it's going to be 7 movies. So they're currently starting Phase 2.
So that's Guardians of the Galaxy. and
Yeah,
stuff
well, I
that
guess
were-
I think Iron Man 3 was included in Phase
was
2.
Phase 2. Yeah.
Because Phase 1 led to Avengers.
Right.
So Phase 2 is leading to Avengers 2.
Well, that's next year. Or is
Avengers 2, no, 2015. I think.
2015?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
So-
we'll get Guardians and stuff first.
Yeah, Guardians, Cap, Thor. But Phase 3 begins with Ant-Man. And then after that, nobody knows. But apparently 7 movies.
Power Man and,
Well,
Place
at
your
least-
bets. Come on. What are you going to see?
At
Power
least
Man
a-
and Iron Fist.
Yeah, I'd be up for that. But at least a Hulk movie, because we know that
We need another Hulk.
Ruffalo's signed for 6 movies, and we've only seen him in 2 so far,
That's
right?
true.
Is
Well,
that-
yeah, that's right. We did see him in
at the end of...
Iron Man.
Yes, that's
So
right.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm not that kind of doctor.
So there's definitely 1 or 2 more of those coming, whether they consider 2 of them into Phase 3 or whatnot, but yeah, Iron Man and Iron Fist and Power Man for sure. That would be awesome.
Get behind that.
I want to see a Hulk Ant-Man team up. Where Ant-Man goes into Hulk's brain and then like steers him as like a giant green neck.
Like
Never
a Martin,
gonna
isn't that a Martin Short movie from back
Yes.
Inner Space?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I want to
Dennis Quaid.
see that.
Well, okay. You could.
Black Panther.
I don't.
Yeah,
think,
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther.
That's-
You need a female character. Will there be a Black Widow movie? What other female
I don't
character?
think Black Widow can hold up her own
I think
movie.
you're more likely to see a Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, we'll see.
Yeah.
Especially if the Galaxy stuff takes off.
Yeah.
With Guardians of the Galaxy.
Then you've got Marvel to.
And Jesus, a Nova Corps movie. The Nova Corps
You
is
might
gonna
get
be
a
in-
Nova movie, but I don't know if you'd get a Nova.
Well, it would be about Nova and the
Yeah.
Nova Corps.
What about Alpha Flight?
I think you have a better chance of seeing
A Nova Corps movie.
a Nova Corps movie.
Damn it.
I'd love to see the New Mutants, because I loved the New Mutants.
But that wouldn't be part of the phase
That-
because
yeah.
they're a
Definitely.
mutant property.
Yeah.
Right? So that'd be Fox. So like we have to think of movies that would be still under the Marvel cinematic umbrella.
Oh.
Squirrel Girl.
Fuck yes. I watch the shit out of that.
It could be an
I love
animated.
the off-panel beatdown on Thanos. That was just so perfect. I don't think I've laughed that hard at a comic in a long time.
Funny. What about a Silver Surfer standalone movie?
That would have to
Fantastic
be
Four.
Fox as well.
Yeah, because it's still. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Doc Strange.
Doctor Strange. I've heard rumors about a Doc
Oh,
Strange.
I can see them
A
do it. But they don't.
Defenders.
But that Doc Strange is hard though because magic hasn't really been introduced.
I mean, they've kind of
a little
introduced
bit, but
it a
that's
bit.
more like
But
godly
Thor was
magic.
alien,
you know?
Science.
super tech,
Yeah, exactly.
Super
science
science.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no actual magic. in... You know, that's why I'm Scarlet Witch. How are they going to do Scarlet Witch? You know,
She's a mutant.
She's a mutant.
She's a mutant, right? So they're not going to worry about it.
No, but she's in Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a mutant.
She's still a mutant.
So that's their
Is she still going to be a
She's not
mutant in
magician.
Age of Ultron? Can she be a mutant? Can they say the word mutant? This is where the lawyers turn out to be douchebags.
superior.
Right.
But apparently Wolverine was almost in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I saw that the other
Really?
day.
Yeah, apparently Hugh Jackman was like, I was almost in the first Spider-Man movie.
Did you see the reason why he wasn't?
No.
So he's there, and they're on set. They're shooting. It's like, Hugh Jackman's here. Why don't you do a walkthrough? They couldn't find the costume. They needed the Wolverine costume. They couldn't find his prosthetics and stuff. And then within a couple of days, he had to fly off to shoot somewhere else
That
or whatever.
sucks.
But it was in a box somewhere. They couldn't find it, so he didn't end up in the Spider-Man
So maybe
movie.
they're actually playing ball. Maybe they're actually...
It'd
Wouldn't
be
that be
smart of them
lovely?
to do it. It'd be smart of them
I
for
think
sure.
it'd be stupid not to do it,
Yeah.
but...
But I mean, keep in mind, Spider-Man and Wolverine would have been Fox and Sony working together.
Yeah, they don't
True.
work
Whether
together.
either of them would want to work with Marvel, I don't know. But they'd be stupid not to, in the end.
Well, I think making a tactical alliance with Marvel would be very smart because it gives them access to a lot more characters than they currently have.
Yeah.
And a license to print money.
Well, yes.
So the Spider-Man stuff isn't considered Phase 3 either. That's a different company. Because Jamie Foxx kind of let it slip last week that there's a Sinister Six movie in
which
the
is
workings.
amazing.
Yeah,
I was so happy when they didn't kill Lizard.
Yeah,
So happy. I mean, Rhys Evans is a bit of an unstable cat, but my God, I am so...
you ever seen Danny Deckchair?
No.
Rhys Evans is a great movie.
Have you ever
Fantastic
seen
movie. No,
Enduring Love?
never even heard of it.
It stars Daniel Craig and Rhys Evans, and that's a fucked up movie. If you
I'll
ever want
look
to
for
watch
it.
a fucked up movie,
Enduring
Enduring
Love.
Love.
Funny. But so Sinister Six wouldn't fit into this phase.
Unfortunately.
No, but what?
Type
Like,
thing.
oh, jeez.
It'll still be awesome.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
yeah,
gonna
I'm all
say
for it.
Cloak and Dagger is another one that
Oh, that's a
could
nice one.
happen.
Maybe. But so Ant-Man, Black Panther,
Black Panther's going to happen. You know it's
Power
gonna happen.
Man.
Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah,
Love that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe a Miss Marvel to get.
There's got to be a female character.
What about
They
Alias?
haven't done one yet.
I don't think we'll see.
They can't do Alias, though.
Like, it would be great as a TV series,
Yeah.
but it would never be called Alias.
No,
'Cause,
obviously
I mean,
not.
that's the
Because of
reason.
Because
Alias.
there's already a TV
Yeah.
show called Alias.
And that's the
Yeah.
reason why that book never moves, because people think that it's about the fucking TV series.
Everybody read that book.
Such
It
a
is
good
so
book.
good. It must be 15 years old by now.
Yes.
I would think.
Is it?
Oh, it's got to be because
Early 2000s.
I bought it
wasn't
before. No, it's before 2000.
I definitely saw the trade in 2000.
Yeah, because I bought it. I moved to Mexico in '99, and I bought it here before I moved. So that's 14 years at least. Great book.
That
Excellent
reminds
book.
me of a really sad panel in that book. She goes out on Jessica Jones goes out on a date
Is
with
this
Scott.
a painful panel? Literally a painful panel. Continue.
She goes out on a date with Scott Lang, who was one of the Ant-Men, or one of the Ant-Mans. Anyway, and he ends up talking about how much his daughter means to him, and how like his daughter is his whole world. Well, shortly after this book came out, he died, leaving his daughter an orphan. But then shortly after that, in another storyline, he was brought back to life, and then immediately after, his daughter was killed. So it's like after, again, this is 15 years later apparently that this shit happened. Going back and seeing that, I'm just kind of like, ooh, poor guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like how comics do that. You go back and you read something and you're just, that means a little more now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just found
I
something
should
cool.
reread that.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is TV's #1 drama debut in 4 years.
That's interesting.
So more people watched this than anything else in 4 years.
Drama debut in 4 years. So
It's awesome.
Speaking of
Doesn't hurt.
award-winning stuff, what was that I heard about Pacific Rim?
Oh, Pacific Rim, I guess, made more money worldwide than any other live-action original film this year. So obviously it didn't make more money than Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
But as far as original properties, like it's a wholly original story by Guillermo del Toro, and it's a live-action film. It's made more money than anything else. So I think we'll see a sequel.
Yay!
Rightfully so. Man, that is.
But they defeated the interdimensional alien threat.
They'll be back.
Don't you understand?
There's
it's
another
giant
rift.
robot.
Yeah.
There's always power creep. There's always power creep. But what this means is we have legitimized giant robots. So could we have a BattleTech movie coming? Could we have a Mech Warrior movie coming?
I suspect you'll see a Macross live action before you see that.
Well, that's... Hey, I'll take that, but I'd rather... Actually, it was announced. There was a Macross... Yeah, I was pretty juiced about that, but I'm... Yeah.
You want your battle mechs.
I want my battle mechs.
The thing with interdimensional or extra-dimensional enemies, though, the battle's not done until you go through that portal. You take the fight to their end. You know, I've never understood
How very
that.
World of Warcraft.
Well, no, I'm serious. if something's coming into your world and fucking your shit up, you don't just like say, okay, we beat them off, we won. Like, they're gonna regroup and come back. So you go through the portal and you fuck their shit up. You say, no, I'm humanity. It's my... You see what I did to this planet? We came to this planet. We were being eaten by things. So
Let me tell you something.
In a few thousand years, we became the dominant force on this planet and then fucked it up because fuck you. That's why. So now we're gonna fuck your shit up.
Hey guys, did I mention that 30 years ago we had the capacity to blow up our planet 500 times? Here.
Yeah, take a look.
So I finally got our disarmament treaty done by taking all of the nukes and sending them to you.
Well, still better than Battlefield Earth.
Oh, everything's better than Battlefield Earth. Jesus. Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling is better than Battlefield Earth. Christ. But Pacific Rim, though, I'm not a guy... I am not going to pay the extra $2 for 3D glasses. I'd rather just give me a normal movie on a great big screen. I'm fine. But this one, I made the point of going to see in IMAX. Holy shit, was IMAX built for Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
God, did that movie look good? Like, it was. I love that movie. Like, I went in thinking it was like Sunday afternoon, 1:00 or whatever. I was by myself. It's like, okay, I'm gonna kill 2 hours. Walked out. I was like, can I watch the next one right now, please? Like,
the
just
scene where
keep
the
this
Jaeger's
going.
lurching out of the water.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it going, like, it's not like, that's a really good CG, or that's a really good model. They did a great job of that effect. It's like, holy shit, they filmed a giant robot.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, loved it. Charlie Hunnam, though, if that's how you pronounce his name, the Sons of Anarchy guy, that's kind of the main dude. He's about to blow up, though. He's the main character of 50 Shades of Grey when they make that movie.
Fuck's sake.
So he's about to change his career path. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes back. Well, yeah, he'll make an awful lot of money.
Now, after talking with many women, and unfortunately my wife included, she hasn't read 50 Shades of Grey, and she's no interest in that. But she also doesn't watch Sons of Anarchy. I watch Sons of Anarchy, and she's watched over my shoulder and just been like, that Charlie had... Shut up. Stop. Yes. You're ruining the show for me. It's already a shitty soap opera. Stop ruining it worse. But yeah, so I think that his stock will go way up.
I just figured out the other day where I knew that guy from. I kept looking at him. He's from Undeclared.
Yes.
He's the British blonde kid that lives... Do you guys remember this show? It was Judd Apatow's show after Freaks and Geeks got canceled. He did a half-hour show, like Jay Baruchel was the main character, and Loudon Wainwright III was his dad. Seth Rogen is on it. They're freshmen at university, learning the ropes or whatever. And Charlie Hunnam is the beautiful British accented blonde boy that gets all the girls and stuff. Just happened. They put Undeclared on Netflix a couple of weeks ago, and I watched the first episode and was like, holy shit, that's where I know that guy from. I was completely blown away.
He's totally bulked up since then.
Oh yeah,
like
he doesn't look. Yeah, he looks like he's 17 years old and hasn't eaten a meal because he's been working out in the pool or whatever. Like, he doesn't look like himself back then at all, which is a stupid thing to say. I understand, but when I saw it, it's like, I can't believe I didn't put this together on my own. Like, it was very weird. Anyway, that was a complete sidetrack there, but
no, man.
So you were saying about your wife and 50 Shades of Grey?
No,
my wife has read them. All three of them are sitting on my bookshelf at home.
More than
what
one.
Is the appeal?
There's at least 3. I think there might be more than that.
What is the appeal? Because
what's the appeal?
It's pornography.
Why did we just look up Smurf porn? It's porn.
It's
That's
pornography.
The appeal.
Which, by the way, it pisses me off when I see somebody reading it in public.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I can't, I know what you're reading. You're not, it's not some fucking secret what you're doing. You're reading pornography on a bus.
Yeah.
Like there's literally no difference.
It's like, why
than
can
me
you
reading a Playboy on a bus?
Well, why can you
Except
buy Hustler?
Playboy actually has good articles.
I always wonder why you can buy like Hustler and stuff at the airport. Who's reading that shit on the plane? But 50 Shades of Grey, you're right, man. Doesn't matter. It'll be read everywhere.
Not
I don't
fair.
know.
Double standard.
Yes. That's a weird thing for us. Did you know it's Banned Book Week this week, by the way? International Banned Book, where we're
Awesome.
supposed to be reading.
Nice.
Yeah. It's,
What should we be reading?
So what should we be banning?
here you go. What do you think is the most banned book in the world? And I haven't done a huge amount of
Satanic
research on this.
Verses?
No, that's an often guess, though.
I would say
Huckleberry Finn.
Nope.
the
It used to be.
Quran would be
Harry Potter.
Really?
Magic.
Oh.
Catholic schools don't like magic.
Like that whole thing.
But you're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry!
Like the bit
Robbie
on The
Coltrane.
Simpsons where Flanders is reading it to his kids. and Harry Potter and all his little friends went straight to hell where they burned forever for practicing witchcraft.
Yes, that's the copy they're allowed to have in libraries, but not the magic one. Yes. Anyway, Banned Book Week, September 22nd to the 28th. There you go.
But banned. It's specifically
just not allowed.
It's specifically the Catholic Church that.
No,
has
but it is. I mean, religion is such a huge thing in the world, obviously, and magic is just something that is against not just Catholic, not just Catholicism, but other religions as well. And it's just the communities. It just doesn't. Harry Potter doesn't end up in high school libraries, which is funny. Because every high schooler in the world has read Harry Potter.
Yeah,
you know?
because it's good. Yeah, it's going to get it. Like all, I don't understand why people think banning it from being read
makes you want to read it more.
Yeah, is going to be effective against teenagers. I mean, isn't this the reason I started taking drugs in the first place?
Yeah, that's why MAD has such a shitty success rate. They found, like, studies have shown that...
like Mothers Against Drunk Driving, you mean?
Or, sorry, not MAD. That has a shitty success rate, but also any of the Scared Straight programs. But
right.
Anyway.
Yeah. The more
studies have shown that schools where these things take place, they actually have more of a drug problem. Because the kids are told, don't do this.
And they do.
What? Why?
Yeah, it must be great.
Yeah.
It must be awesome.
Think about all the things.
And then they try it, and it goes, this is awesome.
Yeah.
No wonder they didn't want me to do it.
And they tell two friends, and they tell two friends, and they tell two friends. Classic novels, by the way, most banned. Catcher in the Rye. I don't know why everybody thinks that's a bad book, but...
It's a pointless book.
Yeah, it's hard to read.
I was waiting for one of you guys to jump in with that thought.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's hard to read.
I don't get the multiple readings of...
But then I have troubles with the Lord of the Rings books as well.
Don't get me started on that.
They're just really long.
And boring.
And really need... Like, there's a good story in there with a good editor. I'd like to have an editor go through the Lord of the Rings books and like, oh, we don't need this, and we don't need this, and this seems somewhat irrelevant, and chunk it down into like one book.
I feel the same way about the movies.
The abridged,
take the three and make it to one movie, and maybe I'll like it. But no, I'm with you completely on that one.
I did it. I did the marathon of extended films. It's 13 hours.
Yeah.
And I will say that by the end of it, you're going, just die, Frodo. Okay? I don't care anymore. We can live our life in eternal darkness thanks to the ring. I just can't listen to you whine.
Pretty much how I felt about Apocalypse Now Redux.
Yeah.
They did not need more time.
Yeah.
It was long enough before.
It's true. Yeah, it's a great movie where not much happens.
Yeah. Well, it's about the journey, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. It's about young Larry
Pretentious
Fishburne on the
crap.
machine gun.
That was pretty cool.
That's the best part. Yeah. How did we get to banned books? I don't even know what avenue just took us that way, though.
You just mentioned Banned Book Week, and we started talking about banned books.
Like Crossed.
Yeah.
Like Crossed.
Mandatory Crossed reference.
I just realized we got to this point without talking about Crossed.
Whoa, that was a close one.
Perfect segue.
The last thing that I have here, pretty exciting. Fox, well, I guess not that Fox has it, but it looks like Fox is going to have the Gotham City origin drama about Commissioner Gordon. So there's going to be a Commissioner Gordon TV series.
Now, is it going to be like Sergeant Gordon or like
Detective Gordon?
Rookie Gordon?
So Detective Gordon.
Detective
So he's
Gordon.
young.
So it's pre-mustache Gordon.
It's pre-mustache. Well, maybe pre-mustache, but definitely pre-Batman.
Maybe pube Gordon, pube stash Gordon.
So is it pre-everybody? Like Batman would have been kind of the first superhero that he ever.
They
came
say
across,
that it's going to deal with some of the. It might deal with some of the rogues, but it's going to focus on just Gotham as the shithole that it is. And Commissioner Gordon dealing with it.
That's pretty cool, because, I mean,
down
Fox had 2 shows that they were working on a while ago. And one was Batman the Early Years. So it would have been Bruce Wayne traveling the world, developing the skills he would use to become Batman.
We call that Batman Begins by Christopher
Well,
Nolan.
sort of, but this would have been much more in the young Indiana Jones kind of tradition.
Great show.
Would have been, yeah, exactly. And the other one was Birds of Prey.
Oh.
They went with Birds of Prey, and it didn't do so well.
Yeah.
So you got to think somebody's there is kicking their own ass about passing on what was clearly going to be the superior show because boobs.
What actually the interesting thing is it's not by Fox. It's been nabbed by Fox, but I guess it's actually going to be made by Warner Brothers TV.
Oh,
so
well, they do.
So hopefully it'll be good. It'll be decent. But I mean, I've always maintained it's those types of shows that I want to see. I want to see Gotham City PD, which is a great.
Oh yeah,
Gotham Central. Great, yeah, Gotham Central. Like
that great reveal that the cops hate the bat signal.
Bullock.
Yeah.
I would enjoy watching.
I want to see a young, like pre-fat Harvey Bullock on this TV show. Like and like it shows him eating donuts and
getting
Gordon,
bigger.
Gordon can say, if you keep up with that, they're going to catch up with you, like something like that. And I don't know. I think it'll be fun.
So who plays Gordon?
I don't know yet.
A young, fresh-faced.
Yeah, who would you cast?
35 years old. 35 years old. Is that how old Gordon would be in this, or younger?
No, that would
35.
Make sense. Yeah. Still kind of like the beat copy.
It depends on which story of Gordon they take. I mean, because he was brought in to Gotham City, so he probably moves there. He's already a detective at this point.
Yeah, first episode, you've got it right there for sure.
So,
unpacking
dealing with obviously, oh shit, this is a crooked police department. So that's going to be a huge arc, probably dealing with,
it's a little Serpico kind of thing.
Yeah,
nice.
Take the money. I'm not going to take the money.
It's got to. They got to go with an unknown. I bet.
Yeah, they're gonna. There won't be. It'll be a TV show. They'll go with somebody who's. Very unknown.
Which is good. I think they should because I mean, as much as I love
Gary
Oldman in anything,
with the possible exception of Lost in Space.
Fuck you. He was the only redeeming quality of that film.
I was going to say the same thing without cursing.
Oh, yeah.
But for Alex, that's not cursing. It's punctuation.
I'm not on the radio.
But it
every
is
day,
true. I totally agree with you. I do agree with you for sure.
I don't know how you do it, by the way.
Oh man, don't even. Yeah, it takes a lot of training. It's a couple of decades of radio in my background, and I've never cursed once on the mic. I have friends that have lost jobs because of it.
Oh wow,
for sure. One guy, I felt so bad for him. Won't name radio stations, but he's working the night shift, and some person keeps calling him. So he's playing the tune, and then he's picking up the phone, and this guy's being a dick on the phone. And my friend would slam the phone down. And one time he slammed the phone down and said, "Fuck you." His mic was up just a tiny, tiny little bit. Over the airwaves, small town radio, was fired the next morning because of a prank caller. This guy called like 24 times in the night, right? And my friend's just finally like, "Fuck you," and it goes out over the air. It's like, oh man, there for the grace of God, like that could happen to any of us so easily.
So is that like a career ender?
I don't think at this point in my career it would be a career ender. I think I would get quite a slap on the wrist. 10 years ago, probably a career ender, at least within the public broadcaster. I'd have to move along. But no, I think that I could weasel my way out of it if it happened to slip. I'd be pretty surprised if it did, though. I've got myself pretty well trained over the last few decades. Wow, that's for sure. Off air, I curse like a sailor, but it's the Cape Brettoner in me.
Oh, and just like there have been things that have been reported on where I'm listening to the radio and I'm going, what?
Yeah. What the hell?
What level of logic led to that? And how you're not standing in that going, I'm sure I can picture you with the silence button or the mute button just barking at the top of your lungs going,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have more control than any of us.
A little bit of restraint, yes. Yes.
Where would you get in more trouble? Main Street or what's the morning show again?
Information Morning. Yeah. Information Morning for sure. Yeah. When I do sports, just because the listenership is bigger.
Okay.
And older.
Right.
So
old people are usually asleep by that time.
Well, yeah, no, by the
mid-afternoon. In the afternoon.
Yeah, blue light special, man. But the morning show, like, way more listeners, for sure. And that's the truth. That has nothing to do with our show versus their show. That's the truth right across Canada. Morning shows, double numbers type thing. But the older listeners are quicker to write letters. Like, in the afternoon, I pick a lot of the music. If an F-bomb happens to come across in the lyrics or whatever, won't get any calls, nothing. If that was happening in the morning show, a dozen calls. Like, right away, for sure. They definitely... There's a sense of ownership for the listeners with a CBC morning show. Like, they feel like I've woken up to Mr. Connolly's voice for the last 37 years. I own part of this show, you know? Whereas the afternoon show is just more like... I'm driving home. Let's see what's going on CBC kind of thing.
It goes with my theory that people take things personally if they spend too much time with it. It's why any Risk game that goes longer than 2.5 hours ends in a fight.
Yep. Yeah.
Because after 2.5 hours, you've actually invested a significant chunk of your soul in the outcome.
These are my people. Yeah. You're stepping on my people.
Yeah. Underneath that, you're like, well, it's just a game. But you've put time and effort into that game by that point. That's why. If you put too much time and effort into something, you start to think you own it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good theory for sure.
And then you respond violently.
It's definitely why I hate Monopoly, that's for sure. That one's only takes about an hour of Monopoly to start getting all pissy about possessiveness.
Well, it's only about an hour and a half if you're doing it right.
If you're playing it right, yes. But nobody plays it right.
No, everybody's too nice. Oh, I'm going to help you out so you can keep playing. No! No. Eliminate
Let's get this shit over with.
My whole goal was to get eliminated right in the beginning.
Funny.
I hit random. Anyway, I think, Oh, man, we're way over.
Well, we started at 9:30.
Yeah, but that's an hour and 12 minutes right now, so...
Cool.
All right.
Sorry.
So, I am your host, PigMonkey.
I'm your other host, Alex.
I'm the new other host, Bill.
And I'm the new other host, Gavin.
And that's the show.